Hello everyone, I'm Ladas, and I'm bringing here Tamayura Mirai for PC. So the game came out yesterday, from Thursday to Friday at late night. It's developed by Azurite and published by Shirafune. So this game is a visual novel. As you can see, there's girls, of course. There's, a patch to get the adult content that you can get. I never know how you can get from Shirafune, but probably need to search for it. So yeah, it's if you like these type of games, you can buy it on Steam. It's already available for I think it's close to 15 euros or it is 15 euros. I forgot now. And then if you want to get the patch, you need to search for it. Unfortunately, I do not know how to point you to go get the patch for it. So let us start. As always, gameplay not that much. The rune of outset and recursion. I look out at the land before me. By the way, there is voice acting, but I remove it because I want to be me at reading and not wait for the voice. So they say that a sorcerer from a distant place once lived in Fukano a long time ago. Of course, most people don't believe that. However, travelers can tell that this place is no typical city. The ground beneath my feet is ebbing with spiritual power, proof of the ties between humans and those who are not. Fukan is a town shrouded in trees and surrounded by mountains, bursting with energy of an orderly nature. But if I were to say that the descendant of that sorcerer is still living in town, what would you think? Would you laugh and call it a tall tale? But this Fukano, a land where humans and things that are much more mysterious live together. Ooh. I feel the wind in my hair as it rushes across the rice paddies and creates small ripples in the standing water. To the people living in the valley, the beginning of August is the height of summer. But summer is short here in Fukano. Even cicadas seem to know. They are chirping with all their might, living life up to the fullest. Huh? There's lovebirds all the way out here? Lovebirds are spirits that look like small birds with eggshell bodies and bunny ears. They are famously known for only showing up in mated pairs. But these spirits are not a bad omen. If anything, they are a sign of fortune. I write the runes in the open air. Whoa. Greeting them in a language they can understand. The birds bow their heads back at me before flying off into the sky. They say lovebirds are the ethereal manifestation of souls who vow to fall in love again in the next life. They travel together, reminiscing about their time together on this earth before reaching the pearly gates hand in hand. But here in Fukan, they are just your average spirit. They say that on the day you see them, you'll meet your life partner, but when you see them every day... Oh, in that case, does that mean it was fate for us to run into each other the other day? I know that voice. Here I was about to say hi and you go spouting off about life partners. You scare my pants off. Look down. I look around the street. Who's there? I'm right here, Moo. You are saying that on purpose, aren't you? Sorry, Shiru. She's short. Of course. Shiru Kohaku is a short someone who used to take care of me when I was young. So she loves to treat me like a child, but with how short she is, I return the favor. Ah, yes, of course. You're always making fun of me just cause you are taller than me now. I said I was sorry. Boo! You were so cute when you were young. I'm gonna marry you when I grow up. Does that matter now? It does. You won't even look me in the eye nowadays. It's like you're looking at my forehead all the time. It makes me feel like you don't like me anymore, Moo. That's not true. It's just the less of you evil is the forehead. Moo, now you are aiming way too low. I'm telling you to look at my face. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down, Jesus. What? I mean, that's right. It's embarrassing when I say into your eyes the whole time, right? What? Are you trying to keep your distance? You can't even look at me in the eye cause you love me so much? Moo, I'm shocked. She smacks my arm. Sure, let's go with that excuse. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Wait, isn't it summer vacation, Moo? What are you wearing your uniform for? I wanted to stay holed up at home a little longer, but alas, due to calls. I can get more of my sorcery studies in without dealing with class. But I'm the sorcerer of the land. Sorcerer? Shiro. My oh my. What the fuck? By the way, there's like effects you can turn off or on. Probably this is the effects. I don't know. I don't know, you see her running around you is like an effect or what? I don't know what are the effects on visual novels sometimes. Hey, so you are a sorcerer, huh? Moo. Yeah, but why are you acting so surprised? You already know I'm a sorcerer. Hey, I just wanted to tease you a bit. She smacks my arm again. She used to poke my cheek when we were younger, but now she has to stand on her tippy toes just to reach my arm. Anyway, I need to be getting into town soon, so we go our separate ways. Moo! But I've barely even walked a few steps before she calls out to me. It takes a little courage to respond from this distance. She is cupping her mouth with one hand and waving me with the other, and it looks like those lovebirds that flew off earlier have now taken perch on top of her head. Huh! I didn't notice, but they are over there. What? What's wrong? I'm always cheering for you, Moo, but don't go pushing yourself too hard for little old me, okay? What? Why would I do that? I'm just doing my job. She just smiles softly at me. She just keeps waving her arm wildly, leaving me with no choice but to wave back at her. I didn't notice there was those birds over there. By the time I get to town, the sun is really beating down. I shield my eyes from the glare with my hand, at which point I see a ray of light. Maybe the heat is making me see things. Peering out through the shade provided by my fingers, I see an eyeball staring straight back at me. Huh? So it's a rock eye this time? They are a little weird looking, but rock eyes are just as weird names as rocks with eyes on them. They are completely harmless. When the eye notices me, it scuttles away into the shadows to hide. It's as harmless as a fly. If you include small spears like this one, spears heavily outnumber humans in this town. Fukan has always been a land filled with spirits. Of course, the average person is blissfully unaware of them, but they do get the occasional glimpse every once in a while. In certain cases, they cause a bit of a ruckus. That's how one occultist in particular ended up taking an interest in Fukan. And that occultist just so happened to be a writer who was passionate about sharing his discoveries with the world. The tales were spread far and wide, and the spirit banned him from coming in ever again. However, there have been similar reports all across the globe. I guess encounters with spirits are pretty universal. Anyway, Fukan became known as a land easy to inhabit by spirits, and the place to be by human spirit enthusiasts. This has attracted travelers from distant lands to come visit, which has sparked some conflict between them and the domestic spirits of Fukan. And that's where sorcerers come in. Of course, normal humans don't know of the existence of sorcerers. To everyone except for Shiro, I'm just your average student, but I prefer it that way. So I have to carry out my duties in secret. It's a sorcerer's job to meditate and prevent issues breaking out between spirits and humans here in Fukan. We like to call ourselves peacekeepers. It's not exactly the most glamorous of jobs. There are tons of rules and regulations when it comes to learning sorcery, and that just happens to be part of the job. What the fuck was that? Huh? What was that? I roll my neck unconsciously. My ears start to ring and a shiver runs down my spine. There's someone new in town. Are they coming from the station? They are walking on the opposite side of the street. Two. Just one? No, looks like two. I can't get a very good look. Probably they are sisters. Are they even human? After running into all these spirits on the street, my senses are in overdrive. I can't really tell. I need to control my powers and turn down sensitivity. They are wearing our school uniform, but I've never seen either of them before. It's not like I memorized every student at school, but I think I will remember girls like them at least. Maybe they transferred in? There's also a chance they are spirits masking themselves as humans, but the pair have already set off down the street that leads to the school. Looks like we are headed to the same place then. Mentor? A young lady's voice stops me in my tracks. It has the ephemeral note of a gentle wind chime. It has not only me, but all other men in the vicinity turning our heads. How can any of us resist? Mentor, but why mentor? The girl is carrying a parasol, but it does little to hide her beauty. The salt scent of female fatale oozes from her silhouette. In August you dress like this? God damn! Jesus, you, I'm glad I caught you. The light pink tint on her cheeks must be from the exertion of running all this way. Midari, I told you to stop calling me your mentor. You are in higher grade than me. She has gloves? No. I was gonna say she has gloves, no, but it's only like bracelets. It's not even bracelets, I don't even know the name of that. Yeah, I could never, you always be a mentor to me. A mentor I owe my life to. She bashfully averts her gaze, only gaining more affection points from me. Midari Suyoseki's ears are pointed, a sign of her otherworldliness. To most people, she might seem like an ordinary human. They often assume she's of European descent, but there are almost no white skin can fool me. I haven't been able to confirm if she has a tail, unfortunately, but she's distinguished night walker and comes from an aristocratic family. But do you really have to live with me? Is it a bother? No, not at all, but I feel bad that you are going to such lengths. I'm simply worried about you. I feel that you will neglect to do the cleaning and the washing if left to your own device. Well, human lives are so short, I cannot tell you to shorten yours any further through self-neglect. I must keep a close eye on you. I don't have the right to deny such assumptions. Most of all, I want to be the one taking care of my mentor. What? But more importantly, I came to deliver something you forgot. Oh, you did? That's why you ran all this way? Yes, here. The fuck was it? Oh, my Ahori? Yes, I thought you might need it when you're meeting Anako. Right, I figure I shouldn't be worried when it's summer vacation, but it certainly can't hurt to have my trusty overcoat. Anako no Nekotengo, the woman who I'm meeting, is living in a unique place, but this magical overcoat, my Ahori, will make visiting her a little easier. It's best to have for my own peace of mind too. Thanks, Midari, that's a big help. It was nothing. Also, oh, that's strange. Midari is looking inside the empty bag befuddled. Did you bring something else for me? Well, I meant to bring Phyllis too? Did I drop her somewhere along the way? What the hell is Phyllis? My apologies, I'll go fetch her post-haste. Midari, wait, it's fine. It's Phyllis we are talking about. I'm sure something else just got her attached and dragged her away. So it's like an animal or something? I wonder. Oh, are you certain? She's not someone who could be taken out by a human or even a spirit. Phyllis is a demon I've made a contract with. Due to some red tape, she can't use her powers at the moment, so she can't do anything too dangerous above ground. She'll probably only make things harder anyway. You think so? But Phyllis was crying because Iwa left her behind. Midai, those are the crocodile tears of a demon. You shouldn't believe her so wholeheartedly. Technically Midai is a demon too, but she's got the looks of an angel, so she doesn't really count. I see, Phyllis wanted to be by your side so desperately, she was willing to lie about it. Ha, the only thing she's true to ease her desires, that Phyllis. Yes, however, I'm absolutely certain Phyllis simply adores you. I shall prepare dinner and wait for your return, mentor. That's a line straight out of the newly playbook. Oh, you should not say such things. She swings her umbrella about to hide her face. Please do not tease me so much. She's so adorable. Oh, Midari. Mentor? Suddenly, Midari parasol gets pulled by a strong breeze. I already reached out to catch it before it can fly away, but my hand accidentally brushed against hers. Oh no! This is bad! Midari, calm down! I cannot! Shockwaves ripple through the air as she pushes me back with demonic strength. They shake the trees that line streets, scaring the birds away. If this were an action flick, I bet you'll get 3 rapid cuts of that moment from 3 different camera angles. I'm so sorry, I cannot believe I did such a thing. My sincerest apology. It's fine, it's my fault for surprising you. I say, still partially in shock after falling flat on my ass. That was a close one. I managed to dodge the blow at the last second, but I taking it on head on, both Midari and I will have been in quite the pickle. You did nothing of the sort, however, please take care not to touch me. I'm aware, that's why you worked so hard to cover up, after all. Yes, especially in your presence. Sorcerers like me are particularly tempting treat for night walkers. It's okay, Midari. I know you won't attack me on purpose. If I were as confident as you. What? Nothing. Anyway, I will await your return at home. Midai says nervous after taking 3 steps back. It's an unfortunate mix that lovely personality with the fate of being a night walker, but no one knows that better than she does. I'm only talking to Anak today, so I shouldn't be too long. Yes, please give her my regards. Alright. Fukano Academy was founded 118 years ago. Why do I know the exact year, you ask? Because they beat us over the head with it every single year. Our soccer team went to the nationals last year and our brass band won first prize in championships too. There was a consolidation effort that happened about 20 years ago, which resulted in our school being the only academic institution in the area. So it's no exaggeration to say that our schools monopolized the academic prowess of the entire prefecture. It's also why we have a ton of clubs at our school too. I can hear sports team practicing on the grounds all the way from out here. Right, people are still attending their clubs. It's a shocking sight for someone like me who just heads straight home after school to see so many students here during summer vacation. Which means that those two girls who passed me early must be in a club of some sort. Midari may have really saved my ass by bringing me my Aori earlier. I passed by the long abandoned security office and heading to the school. If I knew this what was going to happen, I would have brought Phyllis. I can still hear the sports club out on the grounds, and I can even hear the brass band practicing. Summer vacation is a thing for those who are passionate about the extracurricular activities. I passed some girls in basketball uniforms. It's not going to be easy to find the wolf in sheep's clothing in this big of a flock, but Phyllis may just be able to do it. Anako is a strong spirit, strong enough to be considered a leader. However, Phyllis is a demon strong enough to put a spirit like her away if she wanted to. Huh? Oh, this girl? Hey, it's that girl from earlier, but her brow is furrowed while she looks at me. Why is the other one? Whoa, so they are really perverts even out in sticks? Suddenly her eyes are filled with tears. Are you talking to me? Did I do something? She just silently points to the restroom door. Oh, but those basketball players passed me earlier without even batting an eye. Huh? Suddenly her eyes narrow. A normal human will not be able to see a neck or the head kappa. It might just look a little hazy. That's why they can drink and wrestle in there to their heart's content. And I'm still wearing my haori. This woman's overcoat should be concealing my identity right now, so there shouldn't be anything strange about me coming out of the woman's restroom. Which can only mean I can't believe people dumber than a baby chick really exist. Why are you trying to act like I'm the weird one here? I knew you want to be suspicious wearing that Aori over your uniform like that. How did you know? Fine. Guess I need to put you in your place. Or else I'll never be able to use the restroom in peace. Her too. Hold on, what are you planning to do? Oof. Suddenly my vision goes white. I can tell she slapped at me. Yet at the same time it's like an electric shock ran through my body. I fall over. I know I'm falling over, but I have no time to react and end up hitting the back of my head really hard. What was that just now? I felt some weird shock. His reaction was quite human-like too. Whatever, this resolves the issue. I got bigger fish to fry. Got a bigger fish to fry. For what? What else is after? The fuck? What hell is this? I can hear the sound of a small girl crying. Nah, Kina, you are scary, terrified. No one wants you. I'm alone. I'm all alone. No one is here to help me. Is this someone's memory? I turned towards the crying to find a girl crouching on the ground, clutching her knees close to her chest. Is that the girl from earlier? A series of long, shadowy figures surround the girl, their hands linked as they walk around her in a ring. You are scary. No one wants you. I'm alone. I'm all alone. No, you're not. Suddenly the shadows around her disappear. No, you're not. I'm here. Another girl appears, and the two of them hold hands. Now she's not alone anymore. I couldn't leave you alone once I realized it. Hey, let's be friends. I couldn't leave you alone once I realized it. Probably that's why they are always together. Could be that. The memory of that one that hit us. Hey you listening? Holy shit, it's already dark. Someone wakes me up. To my surprise, it's already dark outside. Shoot, is that late already? Guess that was no ordinary slap. She must put all her spiritual power into that strike, which resulted in some strange connection. That will explain the weird dream. You are finally awake. What happened to you? You were out cold. Ha, it's kinda complicated. Was there a girl here? A girl? My, that sounds complicated. Sounds like the security guard came to his own conclusion from that. You should get on home now. You are the only one left. Right, sorry for the trouble. I was planning on looking for the werewolf, but to think I'll end up on the floor before I even got started. But if everyone's already gone home, then I guess there's no real need to worry. I'm definitely curious to find out more about the girl from earlier too. Judging from the way she knocked my lights out, she definitely has a physical form. Then again, there are speech with physical forms like Midari too. When I first saw that girl on the street, I wasn't sure if I was seeing one person or two. That's because I was so overwhelmed with the spiritual energy around me that my sixth sense was turned off. But being able to knock me out with a single slap takes more than just physical brawn. If she's a spirit, then she must have a lot of spiritual power. But her reaction was so human-like. If that's the case, then how did she got so powerful? There's also a chance that she's a sorcerer sent here from the city, but anybody in their right mind will turn that down, and the fact that our minds connected means she didn't have any defense up. An experienced sorcerer will never just hurl their spirit powers at someone. It's like the difference between your average punch versus one from a pro boxer. Maybe she was a regular human with secret spiritual power. Does that mean I was KO'd by an average Joe? I don't really want to admit that. It takes a ton of training to rise to the ranks of sorcerer. It took me quite a while before I was able to see spirits, but it seems like she was able to see them too. Man, that really hurts my ego. Be careful on your way home. Huh? Alright, the security guard tags along behind me. I guess he's seeing me to the gate. Did he hear me talking to myself? Fukan still has a lot of roads that aren't lit by street lights. I'll be fine, there's a full moon tonight. I look up at the moon through the window. Where's the moon? Where's the moon? A bright full moon hangs in the night sky. If anything, I'll say it's because of the full moon that you need to take extra care this evening. They say Fukan is quite a supernatural town after all. Oh, you mean that something's more likely to appear on the night of a full moon? Even so, tonight's moon is really bright. Our shadows are clearly defined in the strong moonlight. Yeah, you have heard about werewolves, haven't you? Werewolves are nothing but a myth. His shadow starts to shift. Rumor has it they came to Fukan about 100 years ago. Whoa, the rumors go that far back? I'm actually pretty impressed he knows. Werewolves made their way over here about 100 years ago, but the rumors have persisted after all that time. Yes, that's why you should be careful on the streets at night, especially on the night of a full moon. His shadow contorts into the shape of a wolf standing on its hind legs. Its mouth opens wide like it's going to eat my head whole. Yeah, you're right. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Security Guard. Not at all. This is my job. No, not for that. I pull my hands into the sleeves of my Aori. Did you know this school's been without a security guard for many years? They've always been looking, but no one will take up the job. So I'm just so thankful you decided to take on the task. He's a werewolf. I form a rune with my hand inside my sleeve. When did you figure it out? Since you woke me, obviously. I still have my Aori on from before. Even if I were collapsing the hallway or at school in the evening, I won't appear out of place. That's the benefit to being able to obscure my identity. It's also why none of the club members try to wake me on their way home. The others have all gone home, right? Then there's no need to rush. Not even an act can tell when a werewolf is pretending to be human. Werewolves have the ability to blend in among humans. Even if they don't seem familiar, they still don't arouse suspicion. That's why you need a source to spot werewolf in human's clothing. You are no ordinary human, are you? The shape before me hasn't changed from that of a man, but the voice suddenly becomes feminine. I guess this werewolf is a female there. That's right, I heard the rumors that the descendant of a source was coming, and that eating a source can grant you eternal life. Who knows, I doubt I have enough power to be considered special. I turn around and unleash my powers. Ooh. How dare you! Holy shit. That's very cool. The werewolf covers its eyes from the flash, but it only flinches for a moment. It's going to take much more power to get rid of it. I pull my sleeve, revealing the rune in my hand. That's supposed to be like an N, means strength. It gives me the power of a fierce beast. I am one who understands the secret of the land. Heed my call. I focus the light and fire it like a bullet. Dispel those of the night. It's an instant spell in any sorcerer's repertoire, because someone who practices magic will always be attacked by spirits. The spirits believe that eating a sorcerer will grant them incredible strength or eternal life. That's why my duties as a sorcerer in Fukan are so important. They won't mess with me so long as I can prove I'm useful. That I can help maintain peace between all spirits and humans alike. What? White smoke rises from beneath the werewolf's feet. She falls to the ground, staring at smoke in astonishment. You miss on purpose? How dare you go on easy on me? Go easy on you, I'll never. But there is one thing I'm just dying to ask you. Ask then. Why did you attack me while I was passed out? Will I really have been able to eat you if you'll attack you when you were unconscious? Well, just for the record, I doubt you'll gain eternal life from eating a starter like me. I'm still pretty inexperienced, but that doesn't mean I don't have my defense up. I lift my shirt as I speak. A fang protection charm. It can repel an attack from a creature of the night, but only once. I painted it on my body in advance. You. That was close. I nearly hurt myself pretty badly there. However, that fang charm didn't work on that woman. That's right, the charm didn't activate when she slapped me. I guess it didn't work on her because she doesn't have fangs. But it will have worked on Midari or Anako. Does that mean she was a human after all? Unless... Hey, then you'll have to be careful. There's a rumor that our current sorcerer has trouble with women. Huh? Was that some kind of joke? My jaw drops in astonishment. But Werewolf seems satisfied with my reaction. Don't worry, Werewolves only attack during full moons. At very least, the earliest I could do something is next month. And even if I were to attack, I still wouldn't stand a chance against a fledgling sorcerer in my state. So, you don't plan to attack humans anymore? I'm saying I admit defeat. Besides, I became a werewolf when I was about the age of the students here. I wanted to get a glimpse of what my life would have been like if I hadn't been turned. Is that why you chose to hide here? That's when I see a love burn in the window, the ethereal manifestation of souls who vow to fall in love again in the next life. They go around traveling to places tied to memories of their love, and cleanse the impurities of our world. Perhaps these lovers met their lover when they were students? Ah, so Anak really was just testing me. Huh? She knew that this werewolf was awake, it wasn't a threat to anybody. A source is not to push the ideals of human justice onto the spirit world and exercise them for no reason. They are here to maintain the peace, and to do that, it's important to understand one another. If I'll just rush in headfirst to take the werewolf out, Anak will have surely deemed me unfit for my role. I hear the monkey Futsudatsu is after you. What? I hate to admit it, but I don't want to face him in my state. I thought so. Would you like to stay here for a while? I'll try talking to him. I don't mind, but he might sniff me out first. Well, it can hurt to try. I pull out a wooden talisman from inside of my Aori and use a knife to engrave the rune into it. Then I cut my finger and let my blood drip on it. Whoa. Represents a gate. It obstructs the path with thorns to keep people at bay. My blood melts into the carbon, caking itself there. Phew, looks like it worked. Hide this close to the entrance of wherever you are hiding. It's best to keep it out of sight so no one takes it down by accident. Oh? This spell works like a second lock. It keeps enemies of the spiritual nature at bay. However, it also traps the user inside. A true double-edged sword then. Of course, it doesn't work on humans, only on spirits. The hunters at my old land will also use similar barriers to keep us at bay. Are you talking about the ones made from sacred rope? I'll say it's somewhat familiar. As long as you don't unlock the door and invite anybody in, you should be safe. The school is an active retard, so I'm basically leaving this to her, but I'm sure she won't mind. Due to circumstance, I'll step forward to be a negotiator. The monkey Futsudatsu is a powerful spirit that has fur as strong as steel. Bullets won't even make a dent. This spirit is the one that hunters who venture out into mountains fear the most. He's extremely intelligent and can even comprehend human speech. If I can ask for help from someone, I want all the help I can get. Also, you say it yourself, Fukan has a lot of spirits, so it's better you stay in school. The security squad job is to protect students from strangers. Heh, haha, I see. So you want me to become the real security guard here in exchange for your protection. I don't mind if you want to think of it that way. You got a deal, if that's what you think is necessary to maintain peace. I like the art style, the artwork of the characters. I can't tell if it's lucky or not, but I've at least taken care of the world for now. Now the problem is the monkey. The monkey may be clever enough to comprehend human language, but his intellect is still no match for that of a intelligent human. I should be able to use this to my advantage. But that's not to say this monkey is stupid, it's still smarter than some humans, which could end up becoming a problem for me. There are lots of spirits that believe if you eat a human with strong spiritual power, you'll gain eternal life. And if my pursuer is stronger than me, I refuse to accept my position. I'll be quite the issue if a rumor like that go around. It could create a problem much bigger than just one monkey. Monkey! It's the monkey! A sorcerer's duty. Of course, I don't know what that means over there, if it's the same. Please, God, Buddha, Otsuki, please, God, Buddha, Otsuki. Makina runs through the forest at night as fast as she can, already out of breath, her legs are stiff as boards. The roots beneath her feet are thick and winding like snakes. Please God, Buddha, Otsuki, ah! The thick leaves of the trees completely block out even the light of the moon. Anyone could easily trip over if they were running. It's definitely not because she's clumsy. She didn't dive into the dirt and sully her brand new uniform on purpose. She will swear. Oh, is this the other one? The other girl that was with that one that slapped us? We already know the name? I wonder if it was. I'm covered in dirt. Yukina is going to make fun of me again. Where did you go? Are you hiding, outsider? Makina quickly covers her mouth with her hand as she crawls into the shade of a big tree to hide. Oh, is this the monkey? Holy shit, it is. God damn. That's very cool. Do you plan to run from me? Hide from me? The otherworldly spirit appears between the trees. His torso is as thick as a tree trunk, hunched over like an ape. It's hard to tell how tall the spirit is, but it has to be about 6 feet tall. There's an ancient mask of a monkey covering his face, held on by a rope that seems to be made of fur. It is, of course, no human. Animals that live over 100 years are said to attain a spiritual form. Of course, monkeys typically don't live to 100 years old. How did he live beyond his years? A small gap between the mask and the monkey face reveals exposed bone. Holy shit. You are able to see me, aren't you? Hehe, that means you are no mere mortal. You did well trying to run from me in that human form, outsider, but I'll find you soon enough. The monster hunched further over, pressing the nose of its large head to the ground before sniffing. Outsider, I mean, we did just move here, but still, what do I even do in this situation? To think something like this will happen when Ukino isn't around, he's going to find me in no time. Okay, so it looks like it is the girl that came from the other one, but probably that girl went to school and this one came to the forest. But looks like this one is weaker? That's when she notes something out of place in the forest. Who the fuck is this? Oh, is this Phyllis? A stuffed animal? Probably not. It's covered in dirt and leaves, but there's no mistaking the teddy bear in front of me. Are you lost too? Did you lose your friend? Makina parts the dirt off it and holds it close. It makes her feel like she wasn't alone, giving her some slight courage. Will you stay with me a bit? It's not Phyllis. I thought it would be Phyllis, but it couldn't be, right? It couldn't be. Makina was searching for something she lost, but stepping into this forest was what sealed her fate. She ran into the monkey that was looking for the werewolf and unfortunately had the power to see its true form. To a normal human, it's just like an ordinary monkey. But Makina ran when she saw him. That's what provoked him to give chase. Found you! Ah! Suddenly he grabs onto the nape of Makina's neck, effortlessly lifting her into the air. The old monkey leans in for a better look at his catch with a cocked head. How strange, you don't look like any creature of this mountain. If anything, you smell rather human. Hey, are you human? Or a spirit masquerading as one? Hold on. A faint light glows behind his monkey mask. Whoa, what luck! The gods truly are on my side. I hear that humans who can see a spirit have an abundance of spiritual power. This is bad. And that if you eat a human with high spiritual power, you'll gain eternal life. Oh no, no, no. Oh, how lucky I am to find such a prey right before bringing the personal demise of my rival. Suddenly a swarm of small black bugs come flying out from behind his mask. They cover Makina from head to toe. What? Ah! What the? She swings the stuffed animal in a desperate attempt to protect herself. Somehow it seems to be working. The strength of Futsadutsu's grip on her neck loosens. After landing on her butt, she promptly gets up and starts running for her life. The stuffed animal Makina was holding falls to the ground with a much longer thud than one would expect from a stuffed toy. I still don't say the name. Where am I? A shrine? Makina finally managed to escape through the gaps in the trees, only to be greeted by a tall red gauge, but she doesn't see a shrine anywhere near them. She does spot the lights of town in the distance. It seems that in her haste to get away, she only ran deeper into the mountains. Hehe, you can't escape, I won't let you. The eyes of the monkey turn red, lighting up in the darkness. Makina feels her breath hitch in her throat, but she has no choice, she has to get away. Whoa, yeah! But something trips her up. Rope? Who would leave rope in place like this? I'm always this unlucky. 1 yard, 2 yards, 3.5 yards. Huh? 1 yard, 2 yards, 3.5 yards. 1 yard, 2 yards, 3.5 yards. 1 yard, 2 yards, 3.5 yards? Just then the rope seems to glow for a moment, allowing Makina to notice something looking at her through the thicket. The stuff ammo for earlier? But she has no time to investigate. Futsadutsu, oh my god, I can't even say that name correctly that fast. Futsudatsu is coming this way. So she runs through the forest without even glancing back. It's her only option. However, the Futsudatsu does not chase her beyond the boundary of the rope, almost as if it can't. What an incredible lucky girl. Is this an old barrier left by the Matagi? But I've already left my mark. Hahaha, no matter where you run, I will find you. Guaranteed. There is no escape from me. Interesting. So she cannot escape from the monkey because he left his mark, probably the smell. I wonder. She keeps running and running. It's always been like this for her. It's something she's grown accustomed to over the years. For she has the gift to see spirits. They call people with the ability spirit seers. They are misunderstood by both their fellow humans and the spirits that hunt them. It's a lonely life, possessing the superhuman power that alienates them from their own kind. Most spirit seers are killed off by spirits before they mature into the adults. The adults who do survive generally don't know the reason why they are targeted. These spirits try and steal their souls, but she's not eternal on her own. She was saved through a fateful meeting with another girl like her, one who could see the spirits too. Yukina! Yukina! The two of them are like soul sisters. No one can understand the burden of seeing these spirits more than someone who shares the same gift. However, while Makina's powers are weak, Yukina's are almost overpowered. Their destinies are split, the paths they must walk veer off into different directions. Yukina! Yukina! But right now, all Makina could do is pray. I want to see you, Yukina. End this. I want to go home. No matter where she went, she was always an outsider. Neither human nor spirit saw her as one of their kind. She was always alone. Yukina, I want to return to your side. Oh, so the memory that we saw was this one alone, and Yukina probably said that she will never be alone. It has to be that, right? Huh? Suddenly the forest parts, showing a strange, familiar, yet foreign building. It's basically melded into the mountain, but there's no mistaking what it is. A school? It looks like it's been abandoned for years. But what's doing out here in the mountains? Two round, soft, white critters fly towards her face. A pair of lovebirds. Feeling welcomed by their press, Makina follows them into the abandoned school. She's finally found a safe place. The monkey has stopped chasing her. Cautiously taking a step forward, her foot bumps against a dirty sign. It reads Fukano Prefectural School Free, established 1901. So this was a school and it's over 100 years old. Whoa. Makina jaw drops as she marvels at the building. 100 years? Her great-grandfather will still be a child. To think something built back then would still be standing, long after people had abandoned it. Ooh, there's a light. Suddenly a small light flickers to life inside of school. It sways as it moves, inching ever closer to the door. No way, a person? But it doesn't look like anyone is caring for this place. What do I do? Makina is tempted to run, but if she turns back, the Futsadutsu might come after her again. I can never say that name that fast. While she stands there paralyzed, unsure of what to do, the door creaks open. Oh, it's her. Oh my, who might you be? Are you a student of Fukano Academy? Huh? You are wearing the same uniform as me. Standing at the door is a beautiful girl with the most beautiful scent holding a lantern. Yes, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Midaru Suishoseki. I'm a third year at Fukano Academy. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. The pleasure is all mine. I'm Makina Kamikaku, a second year. Oh my god, Suishoseki, was it? The beauty gives a courtesy. Courtesy? I think that's not written correctly, right? Could be a word that I don't know. And Makina finds herself taken by the movement. Then she spies the girl's pointed ear tips between her luscious locks, and they immediately grab her attention. It seems she isn't human, but she doesn't seem dangerous. Makina, please, this way. Huh? My mate is not here at the moment, but if you are in need of service, I can at very least listen to your problem. Please, come in. I appreciate the invite, but what is this place? Oh, this is Sorcerer Space. People come here to ask for help. Are you not here to ask for assistance to Makina? No, I just got lost when looking for something. Or I guess I just happened upon this place while running from something. Is that so? But this place is covered by a barrier to keep it hidden from those who do not seek it. Midari cocks her head in wonderment. Makina finds herself taken by each of Midari's simple gestures. My friend is probably worried about me. If you could point me in the right direction, I can find my way back on my own. Well, if you insist, then we shall leave things here for today. Oh. So Midari hops over to Makina's side. On close inspection, flawless skin is as white as snow, and her eyelashes are so long and regal. Do forgive me. What are you doing? Midari suddenly pulls down Makina's shirt collar, exposing her neck. I knew it. There she notes a strange bruise. This is a sacrificial mark. You encountered a wicked creature on your way here, did you not? Oh, it was when the monkey grabbed her by her neck at market. I thought it was by scent. How did you know? A sacrificial mark? That monster did say something about the mark, and that you'll be unable to escape from him. Please come this way, it won't take long. My mentor simply will not allow me to let you leave like this, please. Makina takes a deep breath. Midari's frankness had lower guard. Normally, if a total stranger were to invite her somewhere, she'll be terrified, but she can't turn back on the abandoned school either. Okay, so that was the mark that the monkey talked about. Meanwhile, while Midari listens to Makina's story, I am upstairs sleeping in my bed. Losing all that energy must have really taken it out of me. I only cast 2 runes, yet I'm absolutely exhausted. I really have no talent for this. However, that's not the only reason I'm sleeping soundly at the moment. Still, I really should have been downstairs listening to Makina's story. Midari has mingled with the humans for a long while, but she's still a spirit. There are still some human mannerisms that elude her. That's one of the reasons she said I was not in the moment. At any rate, I found out through Midari that the girl I'd seen walking down the street with Yukina, the long-haired girl who knocked me out with a single slap, was Makina, and that they were best friends. There we go. Not only that, but the two of them live together. That sounds like trouble to me. 2 amateurs with strong magical powers, and one of them has already been cursed with the sacrificial mark. It's only a matter of time until the spirits find out about the other. If only I were stronger, but even then, will I be able to prevent this inevitable conflict from occurring? Sorcerers aren't gods after all. Thought I still can't help but wonder. I guess that's just part of my nature. Okay, so now daylight. By the time I wake up, it's already daylight. Makina's already left, the only proof of her visit being the 2 teacups her and Midari sipped on it in the sink. But I hadn't even noticed it when I first woke up. So this is the place where our character sleeps? Well, at least I managed to narrowly avoid serious danger back there. While I eat the breakfast she prepared for me, Midari explains what happened with our guest last night. I see, so that's why you were so tired, you snuck into my room. I'm really sorry about that. I cannot believe I caused you so much stress climbing into your bed like that. Not at all, I should be the one apologizing to you. Oh, is this rosemary tea? The tea's aroma fills my nostrils as I bring the cup to my lips. Sorcerers have to grow a wide range of herbs in our line of work, but I leave that all up to Midari. Yes, on some thyme, frankincense, I'm gonna say like that, myrrh, and sage as well. All purification herbs, huh? Well, it's the first tea of the day. I thought I would give you the energy to face the day. At least that was the idea. Don't worry, it's fine. I really appreciate having you around to help me out. If you weren't here, I certainly wouldn't be drinking such delicious teas every morning. Oh my, thank you so much. It is the least I could do for you. I'll be sure to keep refining my skills in cooking and tea brewing. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Midari pulls with an adorable clenched fist. So what do you think we should do about the Makina issue? Should I have made her stay until you woke up? Alright, that's what we were talking about. That girl, Makina, was the one who asked her to go home, right? Yeah, she mentioned that the friend she lives with will be worried about her. I cross my arms. From what I've heard, I will guess that the friend of hers is the long-haired girl who slapped me. Makina and Yukina. So the two of them over here and live together, right? Yes, and it's Makina with the sacrificial mark from the monkey. I tried to warn her that leaving meant she may lead him to her place and drag her friend into things. Well, there's nothing strange about that. It makes sense that she'll trust a friend over somebody she only just met. The problem isn't that she's relying on Yukina. It's if Yukina manages to defeat the monkey on her own, that will make news of her arrival spread through kind of fast. Spirits talk. This adds a new wrinkle to things. Makina said she was looking for something she dropped, right? Did you ask what it was? Yes, I did. She called it Otsuki. Otsuki? Like Japanese word for moon? Is it a moon-shaped toy or something? No, it's apparently some kind of a doll, mentor. A doll? Huh. Yeah, what is it? Midari cocks her head adorably in front of me, as if lost in thought. Well, there is something that stands out to me. But I thought you would want to focus on dealing with Futsudatsu first. She's right, normally I would. If I take care of it before Yukina does, then there's nothing to worry about. Well, I might not know where the monkey is at the moment, but I do know where he will show up. And he's bound to make his move at night, right? I see, how clever. But I must say, you seem to have taken quite interest in Makina and Yukina. She's perceptive. How do I explain it? I mean, I will admit I'm interested, but I'm just trying to prioritize the issue at hand here. So I'd like to gather some more intel on them while there's still time. Do you plan on visiting Makina now? Wait a sec, do you know where to find them? Yep. I take a slow sip of rosemary tea. No need to worry about that. That's when the ringing of a bell suddenly echoes through the building. There's no bell to be seen, but it does sound very close. Huh? It seems that we have a visitor. All entrances into this building are completely sealed off, save for one. That sole entrance is protected by the barrier of a sacred rope left by the Matagi hunters. Only those with a need may enter. The violent spirits that lurk at night are completely incapable of penetrating that barrier. But barriers are most useful when they have a secret passageway just in case. That bell was to let us know that somebody has breached the barrier. The only ones who should be able to get into this place are you, the people you have given permission to, and those who are facing trouble with spirits, right? Animals and weaker levels which can pass through as well. Sure, we will not have another person needing our help in such quick succession. Oh, by the way, there's something I meant to tell you. I happened to bump into Yukina yesterday by coincidence. At least I'm fairly certain it was her. Oh my, some may call it coincidence, others may call it fate. Right, well, we had a bit of a misunderstanding and somehow we wound up with our conscience linked, which led me to have a weird dream of the two of them. It must have been a memory from Yukina's and Makina's past. But it's not just a one-way street, she's getting visions from me as well. I may be outmatched in terms of raw spiritual power, but I'm at least be able to control what I send to her. The other reason why I was fast asleep last night was because I was using my powers to communicate with her. That's not something talented newbie can pull off. I guess that means I've been making progress as a sorcerer. To think you had already called for them. Hey, could I ask you to greet our guests, Midari? Yes, it will be my pleasure. I take another sip of the tea as she already served. Ah, I see, so that's what this is. But no sooner had I put the cup down than I heard a loud scream from the entrance. I guess that was Yukina. But I already communicated to her while we were asleep, and surely Makina explained everything to her as well. Oh, she must be surprised to see a succubus for the first time. Getting a message sent to her through her dreams must have felt like some kind of miracle. Now she's stomping her way over here. I'll send her instruction on how to get here, but I'm impressed she managed to make it here without getting lost. So, you really are here. Hey, welcome to my place. I crossed my legs comfortably on the couch, greeting her with a grin. I wanted to show her this little source headquarters of mine. But why is she so angry? Huh? I don't know what you are acting all light and mighty for, you shameless creep. Huh? What the heck? It looked like she was about to slug me again so quickly. So I quickly dodged, rolling off the couch. Now that's how you treat a guest? Yukina takes a seat on the sofa I was previously occupying. She looks down at me from her post like a queen looking up a groveling peasant. Yet for some reason this feels right. So why did you dodge? I was only dishing what you'd serve. You roll over like a fat snake after a big meal. Was she actually seen a fat snake after a big meal? Well, you did knock me unconscious yesterday, but wait a second. Didn't I already tell you that I'm human? I even sent you 2 messages to let you know that we are not your enemy. Don't make me laugh. A filthy pervert seems infinitely more dangerous than the spirit that lurks in the bathroom. Huh? I look up at her form from my spot on the floor and see tears in her eyes. Honey, are you trying to say that sending people weird dreams is just like shooting someone a text or an email? It's creepy. Well, it's not like I know your email or phone number. It's weird when you get a message on your phone from some guy you don't know. It's just as weird, if not weirder, to get a dream from one. Can you tell they are both stalker levels of creepy? Her words hurt because they are 100% true. And I cannot believe you would even think of showing us something like that, huh? Wait, what are you talking about? All I did was send the dream equivalent of a match with a video attached. Sir, they kind of end up being forced to watch it in their dreams, but did I send something that could be misinterpreted? Are you okay? What in the world happened? Yukina, you shouldn't be so violent. That's when Mirai and who I'm assuming is Makina rush over. He fell over on his own, like one of those roll-poly toys, but broken. Okay, I did fall on my own, but what did you mean by something like that? Did you come here because of the match I sent you in your dreams? Well, both of them refuse to look me in the eye. Mirai helps me up while they ignore me. You look rather shocked when you saw me earlier too. Oh, of course we will be. I'm sure that guy was trying to prove he was a sorcerer, or whatever, someone who can handle spirits, but... Well, yeah, that's why I introduced myself in my message, to rule out any confusion. My power tends to attract demons, and it looks like whatever skill you possess opposes my own. I understand now that those powers of yours can help us. There, that's why I asked her to visit. It all went according to plan. So why the hell she was so mad? The fuck? Whoa, so you really are using a farmer school? Well, technically it's a farmer school. Makin is kind enough to walk beside me and pretend like nothing happened. I was hoping to show them around a bit before jumping right into things, but... I can feel a glare of disgusting burning a hole in the back of my head. From none other than Yukina, of course, but as awkward as it is, she's still here, so she must be somewhat interested. I think it was around 70 years ago, when it was decided that the three schools in the area will merge into one. That's the Fukano Academy we know now. Whoa, when we went to fill out our transfer paperwork yesterday, it looked so new. So, that's why Yukina was at school yesterday. Yeah, the building was renovated about 20 years ago. Until then, it was pretty dilapidated. This was the first school of Fukan. Unlike the second school, which was close to town, this one was deep in the mountains. They didn't bother to tear it down, so I claim it for myself. I see, so are sorcerers able to live long if they seclude themselves from society? Huh? Why would you ask that? Oh, no reason, just you made a point of emphasizing how old the building was and that you claimed this one for yourself. Not to mention you recounted the event of 70 years ago as if you were there when it happened. Oh, did I make it sound like I actually seen it? Was it because I was trying to show off before? Maybe part of me still wants to impress this you. Well, if you were alive back then, you'll be old and grey by now. Presume you really are a human and not some other holy creature. Is Yukina really still doubting whether I'm human or not? Well, I only have myself to blame for her being so suspicious of me. Anyway, the sorcerer assigned to this area as a duty to fulfill. It's a sorcerer's job to maintain peace between those who have traveled here from elsewhere and those who have lived here their whole lives. I'll explain the basics of these to them. It may be a little annoying to those who aren't from around here, but when one assumes that role, they are recognized as a member of the community here. Recognized as a member of the community? Yes, when you are recognized as a part of the community, the spirit should stop targeting you. The stronger your powers, the more likely you are to be targeted by spirits. You can learn to control your powers against touch. You can help people without powers with just that. Does that mean you can also see monsters when you were younger and were attacked by them? Well, I guess not. I didn't really have any special abilities when I was a kid. I made a deal with a demon and trained hard to finally gain the ability to control magic. Suddenly a small floating orb enters my field of vision, passing between us. Oh, don't worry, the spirits that can get in here are harmless. I ran to catch up to the orb, opening the door for it. Whoa, so pretty. There is gathering of lovebirds beyond the door, and the little orb dips and weaves through them. It's normal for these birds to gather in places like the old school. They might even be the old students who went there 70 years ago. Each of the little orbs dancing about are spirits of the trees in the forest. You could call them the energy that keeps the forest alive, powering every leaf, every blade of grass in this area. They are even pretty at night, look. I used the runes to greet them. The spirits dance about. Whoa, that's amazing. Isn't that cool, Yukina? Whoa. Calm down, Makina. You're not a parrot that just learned a new word. Try and use more vocabulary. The spears start to circle us, glowing kindly. It's like we are enveloped in a sea of fairy lights. They glow refract off the walls, transporting us to what feels like a whole new world. But I've never seen anything like this before. Even you are taken by the side, right, Yukina? I admit it's quite the view, but you know I don't like making a big deal out of things. I don't jump around yipping like an excited dog. Then I'll jump around and yip enough for both of us. Whoa, so pretty! OMG! It's a relief that the two of them seem to be enjoying themselves. Looks like the spirits are welcoming you too as well. Is that what this is? Whoa, up until now we have only been either attacked or ignored by them. It makes it seem all the more beautiful. It's got to be a pretty nasty reality to be chased by spirits since birth without knowing why. Even I can empathize with how horrible that must be. When the lovebirds take flight, spirits follow after. Ah, they left. That's too bad, huh, Yukina? Not really, that's just how those things go. Even thought you looked so upset. I can see it, but the world through Makina's eyes is clearly different. You wanted to see more of the glowing spirits too, right, Yukina? I won't say that. What? You so old. I said I wouldn't. What I wanted to see was more of you, Makina. It was adorable how you were running around like a little kid. What? Hey, you are the one who's so adorable. But I appreciate the compliment. Thanks, Yukina. The two of them really are good friends. Almost too good of friends. You too, Mutsuki. They came to greet us because of you, right? Without you, it will never would have happened. I only greet them. We might call them all spirits, but not all spirits are bad. The only reason you two have faced so many troubles is simply because you didn't know their lingo. Their lingo? Finally, we are getting to the real reason I call them here. Having multiple people with powers here is extremely regular. I went out of my way to call out to them in their dreams to discuss this. I call you here because I want you to study sorcery. I want you to study under me as my apprentice. No way. I thought you'd say that. I expected that from you, kid. But at the very least, I want you to learn enough to protect yourself. Honestly, if you don't, I'll be the one in hot water. So can I at least consider trial apprenticeship? Jeez, you are more persistent than a coffee state. I'm sure you'll be able to catch up to my ability in no time. And I'm sure you'll make Makina very happy if you did. Oh, she's tempted. Putting that aside, uninterested. The last thing I want to be is your apprentice. I knew you'll say that, but it still hurts to hear. To be perfectly honest, I'm not at the level to be taking on an apprentice myself. Knowing that, I don't really want to push the topic. From what I heard, it seems like you can't handle all the speech on your own. Huh. Well, you could say that. Why do I have to become a sorcerer just because spirits are attacking me? Or are you just asking because you are interested in us? If that's why, you and I will never get along. You don't beat around the bush, do you? Maybe it was a little early to bring this up. It feels like I'm only putting my foot further into my mouth and butting in on their private lives. Which reminds me, where's Felice? I haven't seen her all morning. We all even know you. There's no way you could trust you without reason. It's the same for you, isn't it? Don't you think that's the best reason for us to learn about each other? Like I said, even if you don't want to jump right into apprenticeship, at least consider a trial apprenticeship. If the spirits know you are with me, many won't dare lay a finger on you. I know it comes with some limitations, but I'm sure it will be a net gain for both of you. So you say, but Makin is already being chased by that weird monkey. I'm only here because I thought you could do something about that. Besides, anyone will be wary when a stranger invites them to join what sounds like a cult out of nowhere. There's not much I can say to argue against that. Well, I don't know if I will call it a cult, but I don't think Mutsuki is that bad guy. It's that sweet side of you that's literally made of sugar, spice, and everything nice I'm worried about, Makina. Just hearing those words make my stomach turn. Either way, I'm not just gonna make up into some magical girl just because someone invited me to a Halloween party. You can't expect me to say, sure, sign me up on a whim. She's completely right, and on top of it all, she got a good jab in on how I did just that. I know that, which is why I don't want to admit this. Sorry, but I can't do anything about the sacrificial mark. Oh, right. Makina placed a hand on her neck. That must be where the mark is. I was expecting too much. It's my own fault for being so clumsy. You did nothing wrong, Makina. Don't worry. I'll chase them off again. Sorry, but could you not do that either? Yukina shoots me a glare. I figured she would react like that, but I need to be brutally honest here. No, I get it. You were talking all that crap about maintaining peace before, but I see how it really is. What are you talking about? Sources are friends to no one. I thought she's right, but it's a little too glass half empty. Sources have to be friends to all. Let me guess, it's not that you physically can't remove the mark, it's just that your position makes it such that you can't, right? She really is sharp. I can't get even the slightest thing past her. If I try and force it off, it will be painful for Makina. However, I can't say with confidence that I could beat the monk in a battle of brawl, so I like to make it a battle of wits. Prepare a trap, keep him constrained, and then talk it out. So you want to use Makina's bait? Neither way is going to be foolproof, so we'll have to put a barrier on her before engaging. But I'm confident that's the best way to handle this. I don't know, it's hard to trust the guy who wants to try and talk it out with a monster. If you have them trapped, that means you could also just kill them, right? Why not do that instead? Yukina, you are putting the status quo above Makina's life? That's part of it, I will admit. My job as source is to keep the peace, not kill spirits. That's rich, they are the ones picking fights with us. As a victim, it's completely rational for her to feel that way. But sources are not purveyors of justice. Yukina, calm down. We came here to ask for his help. We can't be so demanding. I know that. But we didn't come here to sacrifice everything either. Yukina bites her bottom lip and hangs her head. You keep talking about keeping the peace and treating humans and those monsters equally. I'm sure that might sound good, but it's the same as when adults or teachers say they are on both sides of an argument. It just means you are helping neither. I hate people try and pass off responsibility like that. It just makes me want to throw dirt in your face. What does being everybody's friend even accomplish? It just means you are turning a blind eye to everybody's wrongdoings. We can see things that other people can't. We are clearly different from everybody else. Even when we tell the truth, people tell us it's creepy and reject us. They keep us down, telling it's our own fault for lying. But we are not lying. They say they are not picking sides, that they are no friends to all. But apparently we are not including that all. That's why I have to protect the person most important to me. So long as I can do that, that's all that matters. Because no one will ever try to protect us. So it's not only the spirits that antagonize them, but people too. No wonder she doesn't trust other people. That explains how she became the woman she is today. But even though I understand that, it doesn't change the reality of the situation. If you want a true partner, the only real option other than a family is a lover. Huh? What do you say? If you keep mumbling like a little kid, I'll never hear a word you are saying. Shoot, did I say that out loud? Nothing. Anyway, I understand your frustration. Let's forget the plan to use Makina's bait. What? But are you sure? Will you come over here a sec, Makina? I ask her to loosen her collar and give a better look at the sacrificial mark. She mostly built, so thankfully the VM didn't distract me. What are you doing? You said that removing it will hurt her. I'm not removing, but this will sting a bit. I take out some rock salt and rub it on the seal. Ow, there's no cut, but it really burns. Try to endure it. I have to cleanse it first to make this effective as possible. I draw that symbol run over the mark. I use a special paint for sorcery, so it shouldn't wash off for at least a week. It's a rune of protection. It represents by a strong deer. I am one who understands the secret of the land. Heed my call. I use the light of the rune to hide the seal. Looks like it worked. Until this disappears, the Futsu shouldn't be able to sniff you out, but that doesn't mean you are completely hidden from the spirits. If they see you, the rune will have no effect, so be careful. Amazing, you can do something like that? But are you sure about this? Won't it be better if I help you? Honestly, this isn't exactly ideal. If the monkey can't find you, he may decide to make someone else's sacrifice. Huh? But that doesn't mean I'm willing to put you and Yukina in danger. To be honest, it's preferable that they don't get in my way. However, the Futsadutsu has like already descended the mountain. He knows the werewolf is weak. If he were to attack a human, there's a good chance the other spirit will sanction him. But that monkey is smart. He won't go out of his way to place the sacrificial mark on just anyone. If he's after immortality, surely you'll go for the werewolf. Was it just a whim, or was there some other reason? I can't put you in harm's way without your consent. I'll come up with different plan to drag the monkey out of hiding. I do have other options. I'm not one to stand down when someone throws dirt in my face either. Huh? Well, that does work better for us. I'll use this opportunity to earn their gratitude. Building trust is essential for maintaining peace. It's important for me to get through to them both. Allow me to do one more thing for you. Can you tell me your names again? I'm Makina Kamikak. Yukina. I do my best not to miss when Yukina spits her name. I carved their names into 2 pieces of white birch bark, each cut into the shape of a person. All of my rooms are carved in alphabet letters and can be used to spell things out. For instance, Makina's name will be written with that, and Yukina's name will be... I finished them off by drawing the M, I think it's an M, rune on the face of each doll. This suddenly seems like mini dolls of us. Is this one Makina? Whoa, yours really looks like you, Yukina. Mine's a little weird, but they look just like ordinary dolls. I prefer not to notice their remarks. Alright, I'll learn. To use it, spit on the dolls and throw them towards the spirits. They won't be able to tell the difference between you and the doll. So it's like a substitute me. Precisely, it will look exactly like you. If the monkey does manage to find you, you can use this to escape. Makina stares at the doll for a while. It's kinda weird to see you holding a little version of yourself in your hands, Makina. Then you can take care of it for me. Huh? Is it okay for me to take it? I give her a nod. Thank you, Mutsuki. I guess we still end up demanding your help. It's fine, I'm not doing it for compensation. If you run into any other trouble, feel free to talk to me. Let me give you my number and email just in case. A sorcerer with cell phone. Well, now I've seen everything. They are useful. Of course. It's a phone and the email. I see the 2 of them out of the old school building. Thanks again, Mutsuki. I won't forget everything you have done for us. Thank you so much. Makina bows her head in my direction multiple times. Meanwhile, Yukina stands beside her, refusing to look in my direction. It's like she has something she wants to say, but doesn't know how to say it. Something wrong, Yukina? No. But I suppose I could probably spare some time. Time for what? Learning magic from you. Alright, I totally forgot. Don't tell me you suggest that on a whim. No, I didn't. Thank you for considering it. Yeah, and about when we first met, what about it? I braced myself. She seems like she's about to yell at me again. Forget it. Let's go, Makina. Okay. Wait for me, Yukina. She was gonna apologize. Makina turns to bow at me once more before hurrying after Yukina. I wonder what she wanted to say. Mentor? Oh, Midari, were you listening? Yes, I'm a little surprised. I never thought you would try to get an apprentice. Well, you know, I scratched my head awkwardly. I should have made the invitation more formally, but I knew that was the only way to go about it. It's my duty as a sorcerer to share my knowledge with an apprentice, but I know I'm not really qualified or powerful enough to take an apprentice. You still mind about the fact that you were never formally trained, don't you? Sorcerers without mentors, no matter how skilled, are just like unlicensed doctors. However, the number of sorcerers have been dwindling over the years. Apparently, there's always been a problem with me learning the ways of sorcery. I like the ability, for starters, and if I don't have the time to practice and learn, I'll be a train wreck. They say I'm just not cut for it, then that I'm out of my depth. Midari giggles gently. I'm sure you'll make a wonderful mentor. I, for one, can attest to that. Her blind faith in me is kind of a problem. Anyway, I'll better head back to school again. Yes, you plan to ask for the werewolf assistance, do you not? Well, the werewolf already said she didn't want to confront the Futsudatsu either. Asking people to act as a decoy is a pretty tall order. But she might know why the monk is looking for a sacrifice. Hey, perhaps she will. What? What are you laughing about? Nothing, I'm just impressed with how you are willing to do whatever it takes to keep your potential apprentice out of harm's way. Even to point of self-sacrifice. Hold on a second. I never say I'll go that far. It's equally as hard to convince someone else. I just decided it will be more troublesome to force them to be involved. Yes, if you insist. It must be true. Hehehe. I can tell from her laugh that she doesn't buy it at all. But I generally hope they take me up on my offer. So you know, Midari, Yukina was the only one I intended to send that message to last night. My consciousness is only linked with hers. Right, what about it? But it seems Makina also saw the same dream. At first I thought that Yukina had told her about it, but when we found out that the accident sent a vision of us sleeping together, Makina had said that they were so big, as if she had seen them herself. I think Yukina and Makina minds are connected. So does that mean you are indirectly connected to her as a result? That reminds me, she mentioned they were looking for something. Did you ask them about that? Alright, I guess it all seemed pretty unnatural for me to be completely interested in that. Guess I should have been more careful. Huh? Well, there was clearly something strange about the 2 of them from the start, right? Something that was clearly off from the moment they spoke to you. Do forgive me, but I'm not following what you're saying. Well, I tell you exactly what I'll notice about them. My apology. It does not, but it does not quite make sense to me. Is that not normal for two comrades? Common sense is not always shared between humans and spirits. To me, there was nothing weird about it. I bet if I told the monkey the same thing, he'll respond just as Midari did. But for humans, it's so obvious. I mean, sure, it's possible that it's just a total coincidence, but any human with a shred of common sense will agree that's extremely unlikely. Simply put, those two have had to deal with some troubling circumstances all their lives, so I don't want to put them through any more trouble than they have already endured, that's all. Okay, I still not entirely understand. Hey, but my believe that you are very kind-hearted remains unchanged. Look, as I told you, but Midas just looks at me with a beaming smile. Nobody could keep arguing when faced with such a stunning smiles from a beauty like her. I give up, there's no beating you. I part ways with a cutely pouting Midaria and head off to Fukano Academy. Okay, going to school. If that monkey is going to strike, tonight will be the night. Monkeys are diurnal enemies, but when they become Futsudatsu spirits, they turn nocturnal. Maybe that's why monkey spirits tend to act like regular monkeys during the daytime. In order for them to use their full powers, they have to wait until evening. I still have a mental link to Yukuna and Makino too, which means I can meet them in their dreams anytime. If I can get them on the phone, I'll try to reach out to them through their dreams. I doubt Yukina will be too pleased about it though. I should still have plenty of time to work this out. Then again, nothing ever goes as planned. That's strange, school seems to be a buzz, but I can't hear any noise coming from the grounds. Are clubs done for the day? I pass by the empty security office with my head cocked to the side. Who the fuck is this? Oh, it's an Divine Wrath. Ah! Suddenly a deck brush comes swinging down on me. What are you attacking me for? I ask while cowering against the wall. I'm surprised you'll ask after foisting that werewolf on me. Someone had to take care of her. Besides, you are the one who requested I do something about her in the first place. Spirits can't exactly break their content so easily, can they? Phantasmal beings like spirits have a strong attachment to their words. Even breaking simple verbal content comes with a price. And they can be fairly hefty too. Yeah, which is why she's been dutifully doing her job. And you should be grateful for that. And I could say broom to point at something. I look in that direction and see a group of sports club members gathered with concerned faces. Not there, the window in front of you. What about the window? I shoot my gaze curiously. Is that a handprint? It looks like a monkey's. And I bet I know which monkey. The window is covered in deep red handprints. It's like the monkey was looking for the antlers but couldn't get in, so he tried to smash open the window. I shiver at the persistence. The humans can see the handprints, but even still, it's way too creepy to just leave them there. As you say, it doesn't look like the sports team have noticed the window. But even I'm surprised to see the monkey this persistent about hunting down the werewolf. Yeah, it's just as well we had the barrier. But wait, I thought the monkey spirits didn't have much power during the day. Does that mean he sniffed the werewolf out last night? No, they were just here. What? Just here as in a few minutes ago? It's still bright outside, a sunny mid-afternoon on a summer's day. I was shocked at myself. It doesn't make sense for the monkey to be searching for the werewolf in the middle of the day when he's at the weakest. He could have risked running to her and getting attacked, but weirdest of all is that the fact that he did in a crowded place like a school in broad daylight. He risked being captured and put down by animal control. This monkey has lived for over 100 years. Surely you'll know better than to cause trouble during the day. Something's not right. If everything were fine, the monkey definitely wouldn't be resorted to such desperate measures. None of the students have been hurt, have they? Our security guard noticed the monkey right away and made an announcement over the intercom. She told students to take shelter inside the school because a wild monkey was loose. So that's why all the students are inside. I should be thankful for her swift and calm reaction. But surely that's because she knows the monkey may come for her again. Looks like I need to have a chat with the werewolf. This way. I already arranged a room for the two of you to meet in. Way to go, Anaku. Are we talking to the werewolf? No. Under the red sky, Yuki and Makina walk shoulder to shoulder. The mountains region of Wukan gets darker sooner than the valley. The summer sun is blocked by the ridge line of the mountains, and the cicadas begin to cry from their stationary mounts between the homes lined up on the street. A gentle breeze flows past my neck, making Makina yearn for long sleeves, despite the fact August has just begun. Well, this must be what it feels like to win the lottery, but turning in your ticket too late to get your prize. Huh. I guess, so I still couldn't find what I dropped today, Yukino. Makina responds before turning, when suddenly a shiver runs down her spine. Huh? This guy again. There's a familiar looking stuffed toy lying in the shade of the street lamp. Isn't that bear the same one I saw in the forest yesterday? No, that can't be right. Maybe someone else lost the same stuffed animal, but that's too much of a coincidence. Sorry, I wasn't talking about you, Makina. Are you cold? Yukino, whoa! Yukino wraps her arm around Makina's shoulder, making her instant blush. She rubs her hands along Makina's skin, and Makina can feel her body heating up. Huh? You are warmer than I am. That's because you surprised me. My heart is pounding. Hey, sorry, but you weren't looking at me. You're like a hawk out hunting for food. Don't let your prey out of your sight. You make it sound like I'm going to eat you, Yukina. Then I got to be careful. Don't wanna get eaten. Yukina long eyelash thought as she smiles, a sight Makina could gaze at all day. Yukina can have a pretty icy demeanor, but when she smiles it could easily make any woman fall for her. Wait, so who let you down then? Trying to divert attention from her blushing cheeks, Makina resumes the conversation from earlier. Yukina puffs her cheeks and pouts in response. She really shows a much wider range of emotion in front of me. It almost gives me a strange sense of pride. Never mind. If you didn't hear me, it's fine. I was talking to myself anyway. Were you talking about Mutsuki? Yukina doesn't answer, she just looks away from me. Well, he did save me, and he taught us a lot about sorcery. So I wasn't let down by him at all. If anything, I feel in debt to him. I mean, I'm thankful for what he did for you, but... Yukina looks at her, trying to read her expression. Yukina finally gives him with a sigh. I don't. He seems kind of unreliable and kind of bullheaded. Like, it doesn't matter what skills or knowledge he has. If I can trust him or wholeheartedly, that's all meaningless. I honestly expect nothing from him. I see. What? I just get the feeling you are really expecting greater things from him. No, I'm not. I'm just going in with expectations low. You know, just in case he's somewhat good or something. That's what I say from the start. When they left the house this morning, she did say she had low hopes, but when Mutsuki showed up in their dreams to contact us, she seemed generally excited, which is rare for her, really rare. A match like that is something only a sorcerer could pull off. Huh? Makina has never seen Yukina huff like this before, but this is why Yukina feels like she won the lottery, right? We should have been more friendly. You might have become a good friend like you and me. Quit kidding around. No one could be like you to me. That's true, Mutsuki is a man after all. He could get so much closer to you than I could. Where did that come from? I'm not interested in that kind of stuff, I'm just happy with you by my side. No matter how she acts in front of other people, Makina sees right through her. Yukina is a woman of age, but as she doesn't have many chances to talk to other people, she's in love with the concept of love. Oh really? I'm pretty interested in love myself. If you're just saying that to tease me, you really mean. I mean, I want a boyfriend, and Mutsuki seems like the kind of guy who can help us with our problems. Yukina goes quiet. Huh? Did I make you angry? No, that's not it. I just realized that he's a lifesaver to you. I can't save you with magic or whatever like he can. Yukina sounds like she's sulking. As her best friend, Makina can guess why she's upset. Let me guess, you really did want to learn sorcery from Mutsuki, didn't you? But you didn't like how quickly he gave up on it. Look, I told you that's not it. Yukina sighs heavily after denying it once more. Honestly, do you really think it's safe to trust him? It's not that Mutsuki can be depended on. Yukina is afraid of betraying that trust. Aside from Makina, Yukina has never met someone she can trust wholeheartedly before. Honestly, it's got a lot to do with her shy personality. I thought she's reluctant to admit it. She's not the most skillful of women. Hey, as we were leaving, what were you going to say to him? Does that even matter at this point? My guess is that you were about to apologize. You feel bad about hitting him because you thought he was a spirit, right? I'll say the ball is in our court. Makina casually slips her hand into Yukina. Makina? Hey, do you remember? When I was a kid and crying alone, you come hold my hand like this. I was alone too, at least until I met you. But you were the one who took the first step, saying you couldn't leave me alone after learning about me. You are the one who took my hand and helped me stand on my own 2 feet. I hardly did anything. You are the one who saved me. But instead of saying it aloud, you can just squeeze Makina's hand. Let's find what we are looking for. We are here together. Yes, we need to get it back together. The thing we lost when we were young. What we lost 10 years ago. Oh, is that what they are trying to find? But something more pressing rears its ugly head. Whoa, Yukina. Yukina suddenly stops and yanks Makina into the shadows. The monkey! Why, that girl? I can't find her. Curse her! I put that mark on her for this specific purpose. There's something standing on that roof, and it seems like it's searching for Makina. But it just looks like a monkey covered in a black shroud. Not what Makina saw last night. You said that spirit wore a monkey mask and a fur robe, right? Then there's no mistaking, that's the monkey. It looks like Yukina can see the spirit through form clearly. It seems with his weakened power he's struggling to find me. Probably because the sun hasn't set completely yet. What do we do, Yukina? That's obvious. We stay silent and leave as quickly as possible. Thankfully the magic seems to be working. Let's pull out those weird dolls too, just in case. Yukina flips her long hair behind her back, begging to leave the area. But I haven't forgotten. I remember her pelt well. The speech word echoes strange in Makina's ear. It's as though they break through any barrier of language, and their meaning travels directly into her mind. Yukina doesn't think much of the beast, but Makina can't help but look back at it. As I thought, she had the same pelt as the human on this street, but there are many humans with the same fur. Now, which one was she? Could it be the pelt he's talking about is? Makina turns to see girls walking down the street. They are carrying instruments on their way home from the club activities. Yesterday I was wearing my uniform. She must be using some spell to keep herself hidden, but if she sees me, she'll remember me. She can hear my voice. Let's give it a try. The spirit suddenly leaps from the roof and lands right before the girls. Whoa, what the heck? That gave me such a fright. To regular humans, it looks like nothing but a regular monkey. The kids in Fukan are fairly used to see monkeys, but of course there's always the occasional outlier. Ah, I found you. While the one girl screams, her friend howls in laughter. She doesn't even try and help. He continues to jump about like a normal monkey, circling around the girl. Well, considering the circumstance, first I'll kidnap her, then I'll check to see if she's the girl. If I'm wrong, I'll just kidnap the next girl. The smart spirit continues to explain himself every step of the way. If someone were around who could hear him, they will have a hard time ignoring him. But that's because this spirit is concerned about guessing wrong. If Makina had kept calm, she may have realized that herself. But Makina simply can't keep calm and carry on. Run! The moment the Futsudatsu looks like he's about to launch at someone, Makina lets out a scream. But he was simply raising his hands. The monkey head instantly turns 180 degrees. Yukina grabs Makina's arm and tries to pull her away again, but she's too late. There you are, I knew you'll be around. Mutsuki's warning about how the effect wears off. The spirit sees her feels like a fever dream at the moment. Once they are locked, the blocking calm around her neck crumbles to pieces. The sacrificial mark once again rears its ugly head. I'm sorry, Yukina, it sounds like he's coming. He's rushing towards us so quickly. It's fine, hurry, the doll. It's only when she brings it up that the Makina is reminded that they are holding on to these dolls. I'm supposed to get my saliva on it and throw it. So I spit on it? Sorry, Makina. Yukina grabs the hand that Makina holding the doll in. It means to kiss it. Don't worry. Even if it's your first kiss, dolls don't count. That's not super comforting. And that's not why I apologize. Suddenly Yukina shoves Makina into the small alleyway. Right after, a large monkey, apparently the size of a gorilla, comes slipping down. It looks like the monkey uses the roof to loop around in front of them. 1, no, 2, hehe, very well. Nice attempt with the trick, but as promised, I'll come back for you. I thought that guy might have been a total scam with fake up mediocre skills at best, but it looks like these magic skills are the real deal after all. So it was the doing of Fukan sorcerer, but he does not seem to be here. Then now's my chance. Bring it on, keep up with me if you can. Yukina throws the doll egg up in the air before bolting off to distract him. Wait, Yukina! Fukain is a little off the beaten path. A few extra steps and you are out in the forest. The forest thrives right beside the homes of those who settle here. It's basically a part of the mountain. The forest practically covers the town. What's wrong? Run, run. If that's as fast as you can go, I'll catch up in no time. Futsudatsu are extremely fast. Humans are really no match. Even so, it didn't give chance instantly. It's as if he's trying to lead Yukina somewhere less populated. When she turns to head into town, he instantly blocks her path. I've been trying to draw him away from Makina, but he's as much work as an untrained dog. Well, this still works. I don't want others to see any of this either. However, before she realized, she's been led into a much denser part of the forest. The trees create a canopy, blocking out the sun. The damp soil smells like it's rotting, making her cover her nose. Nature isn't all flowers and butterflies. Occasionally it rears its ugly fangs. The fungi have overgrown in the dark area, keeping people away from it. It's already evening here. I don't need to wait on the sun. No one will question if I were to kidnap two human woman here. Woman? I don't know what you're seeing, but unfortunately, Yukina brings out the doll and pulls it in chew. I just brought some luggage with me, sorry to disappoint. You have been gleefully chasing a fake. So that's why it was so hard to tell if you were one or two. It's hard to tell if he's mad or vexed, but heh, heh, it starts to shake with laughter. Look at that, you got much more spiritual power than the other one. If I eat you, eternal life will surely be mine. The monkey crouched down and spreads his arms out wide, blocking her from escaping. Yukina is standing there in front of a man-eating spirit, out for her life, but she just sighs. Like a moth to a flame, some flowers will always face the sun. You assholes are always attacking us. It's about time you guys got the same treatment. The monkey makes his move and Yukina moves at the same time. But he completely weaves, instead earning himself a princess punch at full power. The mask is very squished as if it's made of a soft material. Was the timing that good? Did he know it was coming and just think it wouldn't hurt? The punch directly connected with his face and seemed to snap him back to reality. A shiver runs down his spine after that punch. The Futsudatsu calves, a black liquid spurting forth and wetting the soil at the base of the trees in the forest. What the... Once the monkey realized the liquid is coming from his mouth, he staggers backwards. Ow, damn, you're hurt. I actually held back a bit, but I guess I didn't need to. Humor girl, you dare injure me? Unlike you, I'm not the one to kill without reason, even if it's questionable whether my enemy is even a living thing. If I did, I'll lose sight of whether I was a human or something just pretend to be human. Just like when Yukina hit Mutsuki, she used her spiritual power to deliver a more powerful blow. Yukina has an abundance of spiritual energy, but considering the monkey has managed to stay on his own 2 feet without passing out, he must be quite a worthy adversary. I'm happy to give you another punch if you like. How about it? Spirits are more like wild animals than people. They will run from a fight they can't win. Most of them will retreat if their prey is putting up a fight. At least in Yukina experience, that first punch is enough to send most of them packing. But this spirit is different. Haha, what an annoyance. Every part of this, it's all that outsider's fault. Huh? Are you insane? The spirit starts to mumble to itself. Yukina finds herself worried, having never encountered such situation before. That outside, if she hadn't recklessly run to the village. Gah, just how far is that outside going to go? That's when the sun finished setting. Shit. Gee, how much are you going to make me take care of? The sun sets extremely quick in the mountains, and the second its last ray is gone, Futsudatsu's body begins to bubble. He grabs Yukina by the waist, dragging her down the mountain path with alarming speed. Why you? I'll seriously end you. Yukina throws another punch in his direction. That outside, because you got yourself locked up by humans. It's because you tried to break your agreement with me, that I have to go to such lengths. Huh? What are you talking about? At that moment, Mitsuki's face enters Yukina's thoughts. Sorcerers are here to maintain the peace, not to kill spirits, but Yukina only hesitates for a slight moment. This is ridiculous, huh? But that 1 second of it was enough to miss her chance to swing back. At first, it felt as south as an elevator moving, but eventually the inertia grew strong, and Yukina's heart starts pounding as the realization of the danger she's in hits her. No way, he's jumping off a cliff while holding onto me. Gah! Why is he doing this? That question remains unanswered as the monkey slams into the slope. Yukina loses consciousness, the violence jostling making her unable to do anything but accept her fate of being carried down the mountain. Hey, you ignorant outside, this is my turf. Aren't you going to greet me properly? Shut up, you dumb monkey. You are the one going out of your way to bother me. Is this the monkey's memory? This is my favorite spot. It is your fault for entering without asking, outsider. Write your name in soil next time then, your country bumpkin. The outsider who just happened to roll into town is now trying to make fun of it? Every day she will show up and shake our trees, break our rocks, and scare the other animals. Why do you smell so much like a human if you are a spirit? It's better than smell like a wet animal. Their battle had lasted years at this point. Those two again, they really destroyed the tranquility of our forest. They might get along like cats and dogs, but this is going too far. I heard they ran into each other and ruined a party the other day too. There's been nothing but conflict since these spirits from other lands start moving in. But there are plenty of spirits who accept them wholeheartedly. Those two are just too stubborn. Indeed, if only this newcomer will concede to the native spirit and search for somewhere else that was uninhabited, then they will not need to confront the newcomer who they so despise. If only someone could come and help us bring peace to this conflict. I heard that the sorcerer Onsley here brought peace between humans and spirits, but apparently he had no one to pass his skills on to, and he had no descendant. The werewolf and Footsadats began to roll about as they tussled. The spirits that were watching quickly fled from the scene. Hey, you heard them. You should be the one to concede, so why won't you back down? You live here around forever. Surely you know other place. You should be the one who leaves. Shut up. You should be the one who leaves. No, it should be you. The two large beasts continued to roll about on the ground as they took swings at each other. Even the other species kept their distance, doing their best not to be associated with either party. Before long, the two of them stopped fighting, instead just laying side by side and staring up the sky. Heh, you outside. It's almost morning now. I'll let you off with just this today, huh? The monk realized that the werewolf was crying silently. He stopped himself from continuing his verbal abuse, a feeling of guilt washing over him. They are exactly the same. These stars look just like the ones I saw in the winter sky. It's summer. Yeah, but they were winter stars when I used to live. These stars you can see from this vantage point look just like the others from home. She looked up, staring into the vast endless void of the night sky, a place she could never reach, and for some reason that frustrated the Futsadutsu. Ah, this is Fukan. The best place to see the stars is this exact spot, especially right before the sunrise. That's when the stars are at their most beautiful. That's why I made this spot mine. I'm not giving up to anyone. Selfish. That's rich coming from you, but if you miss your hometown that much, why don't you just go home then? Ha, sorry for acting so young, but that's because I used to be one. I had a lot of spiritual power when I was young, so I was closer before wolves and humans. Before I knew it, I had to turn into a monster that ate humans instead. The people of my hometown chased me off. I couldn't go back, even if I wanted to. I don't want to eat those who were my friends either. Sounds like you brought that upon yourself. He tried to make fun of her, but the words came out gentler than he would have liked. The monkey knew what it's like to be detested. After all, he was the most hated spirit in those mountains. Just so you know, eating humans is still prohibited here in Fukan. I know, but I can still wait for a chance. The werewolf set up. Looks like I'm an hindrance even here. So it's finally gotten through to you, outsider. The Futsudatsu rolled over, turning his back to her. But do you have anywhere else to go? I'll travel. Maybe I'll find somewhere else where I can see the stars as well as here. You fool, nowhere else is pretty as here. That may be true. The werewolf gave in without a fight. However, even Fukan can't be my hometown. Wait, he found himself calling out to stop her. But the monk refused to be honest with himself. Are you running away? What? We have been fighting for this spot. I may have won the bet, but I haven't won the war. I'm saying I'm giving to you. Are you running from a fight? Do you think the stars in this lovely night sky aren't worth fighting for? The wolf's attach was brought to the myriad of stars above her head, shining down on her. Each and every light made more emotion build up within her. They are worth it. Then let us battle. If I win, you can go off on your journey. If you win, I'll leave this place. However, until the war is won, you can visit here. I'll even be nice enough to chat with you when you do. What the heck? You are such a weirdo. Whatever. Do we have an agreement or not? Let me think about it. The two of them looked up at the stars together. They both loved that starry sky. Fine, you have a deal. The sky gradually turned white. It's been 100 years since then, and the two of them have fought under this starry sky countless times. And over those 100 years, there still hasn't been a winner of the war. Goddamn, they still couldn't win. Nobody wins. But at least they talk sometimes. Where am I? In school, of course. Haha, I kept you wait, but I have returned. Now get out of here. Show yourself outside. The Futsudatsu is carrying Yukin over his shoulder as he pounds on the window of the school. You are in luck. Listen to this. I brought a girl with high spiritual power. Haha. I brought a sacrifice. This shark was going to just sit back and be sacrificed without the fight. But Yukin has been tied up with some sort of ivy. If you eat her, I'm sure your lifespan will be lengthened. So please come out. I'll break this stupid barrier and come to your side. I'll come to you right now. The monkey tries to smash the window. A thorn-like light burrows its way into his hand, but he just keeps on trying to break the window. He growls with his teeth gritted. Cracks are forming in his exposed bones. To go this far, is he trying to save that werewolf? So the sacrifice isn't for himself. All of a sudden the window opens. Someone must have opened it from inside. A pale hand reached out. Oh, so if you're outside, show yourself outside. Yukina, come in. Barriers are most useful when they have secret passageway, just in case. It's designed to keep the unwanted out. It keeps those protected locked inside, but there is one other trick to it. You can let those you do want inside, even while it's up, but they have to receive an invitation from those inside. We grab onto Yukina ball, pulling her inside together. What are you doing here? If you want to say thanks, say it to Makina. If she hadn't told me, I never would have known you were involved. Before I even finish, Makina flings herself towards Yukina, throwing her arms around her. Thank goodness, I'm so glad you are safe. Makina, wait, can you guys unbind me first? Gah, you! Are you the sorcerer? How dare you trick me like that? Give her back, I need that sacrifice, give it back. The entire school shakes from the impact of his attack. He should already be injured from his previous hits on the barrier, but now he's throwing the entirety of his body into the hits. This is bad, he's let his anger take over. I expect something like this will happen when he took Yukina back, but I need to put their safety first in this situation. Hey, didn't you agree to help me to stop this idiot from doing crazy shit like this? If he keeps trying to break the barrier, he's going to be the one that breaks. Hurry up and take it down. The world almost screams. I know. Wait, don't be too rough with him. He's just Yukina. Did she find it out while she was kidnapped? The true relationship between ever fighting werewolf and Futsudatsu? The monkey knew what the werewolf was going to do. In that case, wouldn't the monkey know why the werewolf chose to hold up the skull? I think back to what the werewolf told me. She came here because she wanted to get a glimpse of what her life would have been like if she hadn't been turned into a werewolf. Did she confine that to her sworn enemy? It's okay, I'm aware of that already. She chose the skull because she knew that Futsudatsu will come. It's not that hard to read, but it's easy to calm a beast that has gone berserk. It's hard than just take him down. This will require using everything I learned up until now, and I'm sure that Anaku is watching from somewhere to see how I resolve this incident as a sorcerer. Make this branch my wand and my wand a bow. Turn my words into an arrow and let them fly through. I grab a nearby yew branch, making it a makeshift wand. Vines and with thorns are best at letting magic flow. Wood of the yew tree like this is often useful for making bows as well. Be my gate. Let reverse the current of the water using 3 is the sacred number when it comes to runes, so when chanting you combine 3 of them together. Combining them with an enchantment only makes them even stronger. I am one who understands the secret of the land. I am the shaman of the runes, their sculpture. Heed my call. What's this? Gah! The barrier surrounding the skull turns into water and surrounds the monkey. The monkey struggles into water, kicking and flailing, but there's no getting out. This should keep him in place. Of course, the what's not real, so there's no risk of him drowning. Whoa! This only worked because I was using my own barrier. Magic of this scale requires a preparation. If this were a surprise attack, who knows how things would have gone. Oh. I see the werewolf quickly rush over the window. You idiot! How stupid can one monkey be? Who will push themselves this hard? Hey, there you are outside. You finally came out. The Futsudatsu points at us from his water cage. We just caught up with the werewolf and come outside via the front door. Eat. I may not be able to help from here, but if you eat someone with a lot of spiritual power, I'm sure you can still. Yukina tries to speak up, but I stop her. You are the one who said that eating humans is prohibited in Fukano. I wish I hadn't said that. What? If men eating spirits stop eating humans, it will shorten their lifespan. I never should have said that. This is my way of apology. Don't be stupid. If you break the law, you'll be banished from the land. Even so, the monkey struggles in his water prison once more. He's eating the water with all he has in an attempt to get out. It's fine. As long as you leave, we can watch the stars and continue our fight. One day, we'll be able to do that again. But if you die, you dumbass, you fool. Forget about me. Think about you. You will be driven out of your hometown just like me. You don't understand how painful it is to be exiled from your homeland. You are the one who doesn't understand. As long as you are alive, you can eventually return to your homeland. As long as you are alive, as long as I can keep you alive, I'll set my punishment, any punishment that comes my way. You idiot, you fool. The werewolf lifts her head and howls. Once the echoes fade, she speaks once more. I'm sorry for running, from hiding from you, but you were the only one I didn't want to see me like this. I wanted to stay your rival. You are the idiot. I've always been stronger than you are anyway. But if we decide you are the winner, I'll have to leave. Promise between spirits are absolute. However, even if we decide who wins this war, we can always swear to have a rematch. If you make a new promise, the previous one can be overwritten. It seems my words were inefficient. I can only ask for your forgiveness. No, I jump to conclusions. If I am to have my final rest, I want it to be here. At least I have a friend. If this is to be my end, I want it to be here. Wait, you are saying we are friends? Yes, that's right. I've lived in Fukano longer than my own hometown. It's a much warmer and lovely place. And if there's someone here who could leave flowers at my grave, that's more than I could ever ask for. You are so annoying, but correct. Fukano is beautiful, more beautiful than anywhere else. You see that? Even thought you were an outsider? I do. I don't want to go anywhere else. There's no better place to be in the end. They both look up silent at stars. The summer stars look almost like water drops with their soft glow. No matter how much time passed, these little star drops could eternally fall, one after another, drenching the land below. This emotion, it feels like it could continue for eternity. And stars will forever shine down upon this land. No matter how many people come or go, the stars will always stay constant. When things start to calm down, the light of day is mere moments away. Thought it's probably necessary for me to intervene any further. I have to settle this. It seems I caused quite some trouble for you, sorcerer. Not at all. I'm sorry for harming you too. We see Futsudatsu off at the base of the mountain. Mount Hokoshi, which looks down on the town of Fukan, is covered with thick forest that's almost unavisible at night, but those thick rows of trees are full of life. I'll have some medicine sent to you tomorrow. Please use it. I won't say don't bother, but I'll take you up on that. I must apologize for harming you two girls as well. No, I should. So should I? Sorry for punching you. Forget it. Won't heal as long as you leave them alone. At least physical ones do. Futsudatsu stares off into the distance. I realize this problem is sad, but it is my job. Speak. Futsudatsu, leader of the Gibbons and head of Mount Hokoshi. I ask that you erase Makina's sacrificial mark and swear that you shall never attack humans again. Alright, I forgot that was still there. Simple. Futsudatsu places his hand over the mark and it disappears. Thus freeing Makina of the curse. Thank you, but is that okay? My friend didn't need it, so I have no use for the eternal life either. Especially an eternal life without a friend. The monkey turns his back on us quickly before we can say anything else. Farewell, and disappears into the forests. Did Yukina have something else to say? For a while she stands there, staring where Yon stood. Now, shall we head home as well? I will walk you halfway. Thank you for all your help, Mutsuki. It's just my job. But not only saved me, but Yukina too. Yukina seems particularly bothered by that statement. Like I say, it's my job. I'm just trying to keep the peace. You don't need to worry about it either, Yukina. I'm not worried. Are you sure the security guard going to be okay? Security guard? I mean, the werewolf is... Oh, that beautiful lady. Beautiful lady? Makina, don't tell me you wanted to be sacrificed. Lives are finite. There's nothing we can do about it. Well, I guess that's so. Werewolves have the ability to blend in with humans. Did she look like a normal woman to Yukina? Not even a powerful spirit like an act can do something like that. Her powers of disguise could give Phyllis a run for her money. What are you looking at? Nothing. Werewolves transform from humans into wolves. Spirits that can transform have a lot of spiritual power. The spirits that can transform into humans tend to attack humans too. Yukina may be powerful enough to protect herself, but that alone will not ensure her survival. She needs to know to harness her powers, which means I have to train her. But will she allow me to? Well, I guess I'll say the same as Yukina or Makina. Yes, the lifespan of a spirit is considerably longer than that of a human. Even if she's close to death, she could still have several more years to live. Really? Probably. So I think she should keep her position as school security guard. I see, so this is how you maintain peace. I glanced back at Yukina. She refused to look in my direction, her cheeks faintly pink. I used to think that there was no point in trying to reason with spirits, that they should all just be taken down without question. But maybe just this once, I might have regret doing that. No, maybe, just maybe. Of all the spirits I've faced so far, maybe. Actually, it's totally fine for you to take down without talking it out first. What the hell? I can tell she's surprised from her outburst. It feels a little bit conceited to say myself, but this is my specialty. No matter how strong you are, there's still a huge risk of getting injured or worse. It's best that you protect yourself when the going gets rough instead of trying to think of anything else. Huh? Keep the peace is my job. I'll prefer you not steal my job from me. Yukina finally turns to look me in the eye. You're right, it's Sorcerer's job to keep everyone safe. But does that include us? Of course it does. It does, even though I knocked you out when we first met. I wish you'd stop bringing that up, it's humiliating. Just so you know, I do admit fault for that, huh? I'm saying that I regret overreacting. Yukina suddenly runs past me. But when you say it's just your job and stuff, it makes it twice as hard to say. I can never find the right time to apologize to you. Oh, I never expected to apologize to me, it kinda takes me off guard. Makina watched the two of us from a distance with a smile on her face. Yeah, good job getting it out, Yukina. I love you. Hey, Makina, don't hug me in front of people like that. It's embarrassing. I'm not done yet. Yukina turns back towards me again. I want to learn how to use these powers of mine. I don't like the idea of being your apprentice, but I would like to learn a bit about what you do. Me too. I would like to learn magic from you too. I didn't expect her to be the one to ask. However, actually, I can only make one of you my apprentice. What? I don't remember you saying that. Well, yeah, I never say it. So I'd like to ask you two a few questions. Last night I visited you in your dreams. Was it both of you who saw that? You're asking that now? If I hadn't seen it, I obviously wouldn't have come to see you. Yes, I saw it too. So they both did. So they did both see it. I only intended to send it to Yukina. You two aren't related by blood at all, are you? Of course not. I thought so. So these two seem to have quite a complicated situation going on. I should have helped them out myself when they first showed up. Did you two move here together? Yes, Yukina and I have always been together ever since we were young. I see, so you two live together? I posed the same question to Midai before I left this morning. Midai has said, is that not normal for two comrades? But when it comes to humans, unless there was some extenuating circumstance, two young women will never move out the sticks on their own. And the fact they have been together since they were young, surely their answer is, oh, we are best friends. Of course, we are best friends. I look up at the sky in disbelief, so that's really their answer. I'd like it if you could tell me your full names once more. You just asked that this afternoon, don't tell me you already forgot. So, this will be the last time. It's fine, Yukina. I'm Makina Kamikak. Yukina Kamikak. You two have the same last name, as we did in the afternoon too. I remember that, of course, but the names I carved into the dolls weren't Makina and Yukina, but Kamikak. You two were looking for something you lost, right? Yes, actually I've been looking for this entire... but it's not like the one you gave us. It has thin limbs covering layers of fabric. Makina is not going to understand it. We are looking for a doll. A doll? Yes, it's called Otsuki. Dolls are known to represent those without souls. And in my experience, when you can't find things you have lost, they tend to be very close by. So they have the same name, but that's very weird. They say that the source from this land honestly went in for kind of a long time ago. Of course, most people don't believe that. However, travelers can tell that this place is not a typical city. The ground beneath my feet is ebbing with spiritual powers, proof of the ties between humans and those who are not. Fukan is a town shrouded in trees and surrounded by mountains bursting with energy and otherworldly nature. Hello, Mr. Sorcerer. How are you doing? Suddenly I hear a cheerful greeting above my head. It's coming from a large cedar tree with many strong branches. This tree has been here for more than 100 years. It's like a landmark. I smile in return, doing my best not to look annoyed. If it isn't source of kind, the rain last night us all in high spirits. To forgive us for being a little boisterous. Oh, the trees are normal sun, but after the first rain in a few days, it's an entirely different story. The trees that grow around here are some of the oldest in Fukan. I've been living with for several hundred years. There's one tree that's said to be about 1000 years old that's growing in a garden. But once they get to be that old, they tend to settle down. The trees that are in their 200s and 300s are said to be the most rambunctious. It's not rare for a forest distance to sing and be merry. I look off into the fire mounds at the white fog that rolls down it. My, passing by without a word, what a cold sorcerer. We heard about what happened from the U3. That you used one of these branches as a one to punish that Futsudatsu the other day. What an honor. The birch trees of Mount Shihan always boast about how you use their branch as ones too. Sorcerers can't live without the trees of the forest. I guess our sorcerer only likes young trees. No, that's not it at all. It's just that the younger trees can recover more easily after injuries. Just as I thought, you prefer young ones. If you insist that isn't true, then try using our branch every once in a while. Huh? But well, fine. Unless I can only use younger tree branch once or twice. If they are offering, all the trees do last longer. But trees of this age are still not quite old enough for my purpose. Mo? Oh, Shiro. As I'm trying to figure out how to get myself out of this conversation, I suddenly notice Shiro Kohaku standing behind me, and she's looking at me like a pitiful animal trapped in a cage. What's wrong? You could have at least say hey. Mo, you are talking to trees. I completely forgot, only those with spirit power can hear the trees. Oh no, Moo is broken! What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? He's broken! He's crazy! He's gone loopy! Calm down, Shiro, you already know about my job. The trees give full belly laughs while I try to explain. I can't believe I had to deal with these unwanted drunks. Job? You mean you are not only talk to ghosts but trees too? So you're not just going loopy from the heat? I don't think the heat turns people loopy. Huh? So you are not loopy or broken? Are you sure you haven't gone crazy or anything? Can you stick to the one word? Force has provided me with the perfect excuse to escape my conversation with the trees, so I probably leave the forest with Shiro. Phew, the trees seem nice and healthy after the rain. But I have to say, Fukan's forests are densely populated as Tokyo. Forest density? The trees don't usually talk to me, so I don't really pay them much attention, and there's usually lots of small spirits around. That's why rumors spread quickly with spirits. Really? Are there ghosts here right now? Yep. For example, have you ever kicked a pebble and had it bounced off in a weird direction? Yeah, I'll kick a pebble and instead of going straight, for some reason it will boing into a thicket. Boing! Well, there's these spears called rock eyes, and sometimes they are as small as pebbles. Really? Where? Are you saying there's some close by? Where? Right under your feet. Ah! She instantly jumps behind the rocks. Ah, Moo, you said that way too late. Sorry, but don't worry, the rock eyes aren't evil spirits. That's not why I jump, but if they are leaving, I feel bad stepping on them. She rests her hands on her hips. Oh, gotcha. I mean, yeah, they're alive, but they're still just like rocks. Even if you step on them, they don't get hurt. But it's possible to avoid every spirit. I mean, there's some in among the grass back there. Ha! And there's two birds on your head right now. What? No way, I don't feel them at all. Are you sure? Yeah, looks like a pair of lovebirds. She slowly removes her head and brings it down her eye level. Are they still here, Moo? Did I scare them off? They are still there, cuddling right at the top. Whoa, they are? Even though she can't see them, she smiles gently. That reminds me, she had lovebirds land on her before. They say lovebirds are lovers who promise to find each other in their next life. So seeing them, well, it brings you good luck. But I can't see them. Now she looks upset. But then she seems to realize something, and once again, a smile graced her lips. Shiro expressions are ever changing. I never get tired of watching them. But you see them, right, Moo? These ones here and other ones too? That must mean that you are getting tons of good luck, right? Good for you, Moo. Haha, I guess I am. Not all spirits bring good luck though. But seeing Shiro smile like that naturally has me smiling back. I guess there's no need to correct her in this case. Hey, sorcerer, sorcerer. A sawtooth hawk is calling out to me now. What's wrong, Moo? Oh, it seems that another tree wants to talk to me. The tree sounds upset. I quickly turn to it. What's wrong? The other trees are almost too jolly. Are you worried about something? The rain last night was jolly for me too, but the bad wind has been blowing. Now that I get a good look, it seems that one of its branches is broken, leaving its white core exposed to the elements. I may have lost a branch, thankfully I'm not seriously injured, but there was a lovely pair of newlywed birds who had made their nest and were living on that branch. I see. But I didn't hear them chirping this morning. I wonder what happened to their nest and if their family's safe. The branch fell to the ground. I'm stuck rooted here to this spot. May I ask you a favor? Could you please have a look at my fallen branch? Of course, I'll be happy to. Birds are free, they can fly anywhere, it's likely they took shelter somewhere else. Whoa, it's so muddy and slippery down here. Careful, it's dangerous. Should have just waited up top. Nah, if I'm here with you, I wanna help out more. Am I allowed? I take hold around while we make our way down the path. There we find the fallen branch. Ah, Shiro is speechless. I should have had a forethought to predict this. Did you find it, sorcerer? Yep, the couple isn't here. They must be okay. What of the child? I know the mother was keeping it warm. Shiro looks to me worriedly. Do you mean an egg? I don't see it one around. Maybe the parents were able to carry it away. They can do such a thing with their tiny bodies? They can. Just as trees don't bend to the weight of snow, birds have an amazing ability to protect their young. What a lovely creatures. They must have been so hard during that storm, but I'm glad. They were always chirping with pride, patiently waiting for it to hatch. Alas, my body couldn't withstand the storm. At least they were able to escape and rebuild their nest somewhere where the wind could not interfere. That is what's most important. It's sad to see them go, but I'm sure I'll see them fly in the sky above one day. Yes, surely you will. I look up the sky and I see a plane leaving a vapor trail in its wake. She shouldn't be able to hear the tree. But she squeezed my hand, as if she could feel the emotion. Hey Mo, are the lovebirds still on my hat? No, they flew off. I see, then I can use it. She slides the broken nest and little white fragments into her hat. It's better for us to find a place to bury it, right? Yeah. Shiro takes off after that, but she comes back immediately. Moo! Whoa, hey Shiro, don't latch onto people so suddenly like that. But I forgot to compliment you. She continues looking into me, patting my back. She can't reach my head from her height anymore. Hey Mo, crouch down a little. You want me to pat your head, right? Eh. Embarrassing as it is, I lower my head quietly. There, you did well, Mo. You worked hard. Didn't do anything. This surely is something that I couldn't have solved with magic. I'm still too inexperienced to know for sure what happened to the parents, but I can't help but hope for a miracle. I am the one relying on the miracle of magic the most, after all. The Guardian's Love Letter. Ooh, raining. One day earlier, Yuki and I making a rush to take over at the shops. Well, that rain came out of nowhere. We are wetter than rats who were too slow to flee a sinking ship. I didn't expect to be out this late. Yukino wrings her skirt out with a heavy sigh. They went into the mountains to look for their missing doll again. I trusted you when you said this was the way home. What? You are the one who kept going deeper and deeper into the mountain to grab grapes. Yeah, but... And then on top of that you complained they were too sour. I mean, they were, though. Yukino turns to the shop in protest. Inside the display case is a box that says crow cakes. Fukan is so lacking when it comes to desserts. I have to wonder if the entire town is aiming to cut sugar. But we are standing in front of a sweet shop. Those crow cakes are really good. Sure, if you are an old lady looking for treats for her grandkids. You are really traditionalist when it comes to sweets, aren't you? What? But they are so good. Now you want the one to talk. You always say your futon has to be in traditional Japanese room or else you can't sleep. Well, duh. The pairing of futon and tatami mat floors is Japan's greatest invention. You can respond as if it's the most obvious thing in the world. And when it comes to breakfast, you complain that toast isn't a meal and that you need to have rice. Bread isn't a proper meal. If anything, it's more a snack. There, pot, meat, kettle. You are the traditionalist here. Jam on toast is a perfect fine breakfast. You can complete the plates. Huh? Are you mad? I mean, rice just tastes better. That's what you are upset about? Breakfast has to have rice. And sweets aren't for breakfast, they are for dessert. Oh yeah, we weren't talking about breakfast, we were talking about sugar. I mean, the original conversation was about grapes in the mountain. Wait, what was that we were talking about? Magina looks back at the display case window. She could have sworn she saw something move in the flags just now. Did something move behind the streetlight? Was that? No, it couldn't be. The doll again. It looked like that stuffed animal she saw in Futsudatsu when it was chasing her. How many times has she come across it now? Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. Hope you guys enjoy some gameplay of I even forgot the fucking name. I know it ends in Mirai, but I can't remember the first name. It's a little bit complicated to remember, but I know it ends Mirai. Like, it's a pretty cool game, you know. The dial is pretty cool. The art style of the characters. You thought that monkey was bad, but no, you only wanted to make, you know, the werewolf to live eternally. But then it's like, okay, it since it's prohibited by law in the city, so it's like, okay, so I don't need to do that like that. I don't need to eat a human too to live eternally. It's like that. They can die when their lifespan die. These two characters that they have the same last name, but they are not like sisters. They are not related by blood. So I wonder what hell it is. And then trying to find something that they lost 10 years ago, and why the hell Machina is always seeing that, you know, that little doll with evil wings. Like, I don't know what it is, but of course the game takes a long time. I think it's like 20 plus hours. So of course it will be hard to beat the game by only reading. But yeah, like if you like these type of games, you know, visual novel games, you can buy the game on Steam. And then if you want to get the patch, you need to search where it is, because again, games from Shirofune, I don't know where to get. So I saw some people say that you get from Discord, but I don't know if it is or not. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Bye.